Hello, and thanks again for joining us. Charges are now expected against a driver who crashed into a traffic light on Highway 252 in Brooklyn Park over the weekend, killing his passenger. According to the State Patrol, the crash happened just before 7:30 Saturday morning on northbound 252 near Humboldt Avenue. The vehicle slammed into a traffic light and started on fire. Police say other drivers stopped and helped remove two people from the vehicle. The passenger, identified as 36-year-old Carlos Holiday of Minneapolis, died in the crash. The State Patrol says the driver, a 33-year-old Minneapolis man, was arrested on suspicion of drunken driving and driving with a revoked license. As of Monday afternoon, charges in the case were pending. In Robbinsdale, a longtime bakery closed its doors over the weekend, but the bakery might not be gone for good. Wuollet Bakery had its last day of business at its West Broadway location on Sunday. A spokesperson for the company says the reason for the closure is that the building was sold to a new owner. Customers who have been going there for years say they miss the location.
I've been going there for years. I would go over there for coffee, and my mom used to get sandwiches and soup there when they used to do that. But we will miss it.
Wuollet Bakery hopes to reopen another location in Robbinsdale sometime in the near future. Customers over the weekend flocked to two new businesses, one started by a pair of Golden Valley entrepreneurs and one in Crystal that opened to considerable fanfare. We start by taking you inside Daiso, the Japanese value store that sells home decor, food, and more.
I'm excited about having this in our community.
For a lot of retailers, breaking into a new market might be considered challenging. But Daiso isn't like most retailers.
It's more than just a store. I think for a lot of people, it's really an experience.
Michael Square is the manager of the Crystal Daiso, which opened April 12th with lines out the door and people standing elbow to elbow inside.
They did give us a little bit of warning that, it's popular and people were really excited. The social media presence for it alone and the impressions that they got were in the millions. So we knew it would be a big opening, but I think we were all surprised company-wide.
It wasn't just a big opening. He says it was the company's largest in the United States.
Just Daiso's reputation, word of mouth, and how people really feel about it has a big fan base, and I think that people are excited about it.
What they're excited about isn't one thing in particular. The store sells a variety of Japanese specialty products, things like candy and snacks, plush toys, and home decor, all at a discounted price.
What I've been calling it is like an Asian, like Five Below, kind of. But I would say elevated.
Daiso has plenty of items a person might need around the house, but some of the store's best sellers are all about fun.
So right here is definitely one of our most popular items in all of Daiso's are called blind boxes. These are plushy keychains.
Whatever is drawing people in, people we spoke with say they're impressed with the selection.
I've been looking in all the aisles and I feel like it's good quality stuff, so I don't mind spending like a few dollars on it.
Considering that the space had been vacant for the last 6 years, shoppers are just happy there's finally something here that's drawing people to Crystal.
It just adds something more special to Crystal. I feel like it's already kind of like a hidden gem, and so this will be nice for people to see what Crystal's about, and it's a cool location.
Daiso has a couple of other new stores on the way. In the coming months, they'll have new locations pop up in Maplewood and Woodbury. You may remember Minnesota Makers, a locally owned business in Robbinsdale and Excelsior that offered handmade arts and crafts. The store closed last year, but the owners just opened a new venture. The Golden Valley entrepreneurs behind it started a business that combines the best of two worlds. In this edition of Business Matters, Kevin Miller takes us to rock candy.
This is my favorite stone. This is called the Garden Quartz. I just love how it looks like it's straight out of the earth.
This was just found in 2024 in Mexico. It's called Stardust Obsidian.
At Rock Candy in Excelsior.
This has been the showstopper. This is magnesium. Magnesium is formed in silver feathers, and it's just really fun. A lot of people have been very interested in it.
Terrestrial wonders from agates to amethyst show off nature's beauty.
Got a lot of my gemmy gemstones on the front table. The pinks, the blues, the purples.
The store is celebrating a packed grand opening.
They got a large selection. It's amazing. amazing. I love it. I was really excited to hear that they were opening something like this.
And while the place is new, you might recognize the owners.
So here we've got some of the rings that my husband and I have created together.
Krista Kulk and her husband Jay live in Golden Valley.
We do miss our clientele.
And were owners of Minnesota Makers for about a decade before the business closed last year.
And we were working on consignment, and so the margins just became too tight. I couldn't make it work anymore. And we've been talking about doing something like this for many years.
We want to share our knowledge and our love for the rock world with everybody.
This new start gives them a chance to show off their handmade creations.
These are all Lake Superior agates, and these were agates that I find or I buy from dealers, and I cut, carve, and polish them to the finished product, which you see here.
But there's more to this place than just polished stones.
We've got our rock candy at the top, all the colors. This has been my most popular, the tie-dye rock candy. People are loving that.
And the rock theme carries even into the candy section.
They really do look like rocks, and they're chocolate, so delicious.
In Excelsior,
You want that one? You do?
Kevin Miller, CCX News.
Rock Candy also offers craft classes. We'll have more details at ccxmedia.org. In Brooklyn Park, the City Council will soon review plans for a new central fire station. These renderings show what it will look like. Plans call for a new 2-story fire station at the site of a former Hennepin County Library on Zane Avenue. The new building is part of a long-term investment by the city. Eventual plans call for replacing the city's 3 other fire stations, as well as constructing a 5th station. The City Council is expected to review the site plan at its April 28th meeting.
The Maple Grove baseball team won 2 of its first 3 games this season, and they met Eden Prairie Friday. Chaz Moots has the highlights.
The Crimson playing all their home games at Gleason Fields this season. Eden Prairie scored first. Maple Grove answers back in the bottom of the second. Maddox Van Sluten grounder doesn't get past the infield, but the throw to first is off the mark. 2 runners come home to score. The Crimson put up 3 total runs in the second. 3rd inning, check out the diving catch from Preston Berg, laying out to make the grab and end the inning. Great extension from the junior. Some small ball from the Crimson in the 4th. It's Van Sluten again. Good looking bunt. He beat out the throw to first. Then at the plate, it's Brody Berglund diving headfirst to beat the tag. Great execution from Maple Grove. 5th inning now. Connor Wilm goes opposite to right field. It one hops over the fence. A ground rule double for Wilm. MG goes up 7-1. The Eagles came back in the 6th and pulled within 2 runs, but Wilm again with another blast and another ground rule double. He went 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Berglund also had 2 RBIs. The Crimson beat Eden Prairie 10-5, but would fall to Matamida by 1 run on Saturday. In Maple Grove, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
Local track and field teams are working their way into the season as the weather warms up. Jay Wilcox has highlights from the Armstrong Invitational.
Host Armstrong, one of 5 local teams at the Armstrong Invitational track meet. In the boys 4x800 relay, Champlin Park cruises to the win in 8:10.85. The Rebels win the team title ahead of Armstrong and Osseo. In the boys 110 hurdles, Fridley's Lorenzo Hampton dominates. With the lime green shoes, Kyle Erickson of Champlin Park is second. The girls 100 meters goes to Michaela Shipman of Champlin Park in a time of 12:66. Her Rebels tie for second behind team winner Chanhassen on the girls' side. To field events, and Armstrong's Luke Pappas wins the boys' shot put with a best of 52 feet 3 inches. His football teammate Pharrell DeLine clears 6 feet in the high jump here and places second. Back to the track in the boys 4x200 relay as Armstrong holds off Osseo to secure the win. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Last year, Benilde-St. Margaret's won their school's first ever boys golf state championship. The Red Knights hope to replicate that success again this spring, and Chaz Moots has more.
On the links and at the range, the Benilde-St. Margaret's boys golf team is glad to be out.
It's awesome because, we're hitting on turf all winter, so to actually play on grass is a great feeling.
Last June, Carter Callan and his Red Knight teammates were on top of their game. This made putt from Patrick Hastings secure the school's first ever state championship.
It was definitely a big turning point for our program. It kind of shows the development we've had and the new players we've had come through the program through these past few years.
Right before the state meet, BSM took down the defending two-time state champs Edina in the Section 6 3A meet. That came not long after the Red Knights were blitzed by the Hornets.
2 weeks before sections when we beat them, we lost them at their own invite by 44 over 2 days. In every sport for me at Benilde, it's been you lose to Edina. So finally, we like to say conquer the giant a little bit. Like we kind of conquered the giant.
This spring, it's some new and old back for Benilde-St. Margaret's.
We're returning like our top 3 guys, so I think that we got a lot of guys that can fill the shoes of the guys that left last year, and I think knowing that we did it last year gives us a lot of confidence going to this year.
For BSM, the next 6 weeks leading up to the 6 3A meet is all about competing every day and every round.
Well, I think it's really important, and our coaches really push that. Like every round counts throughout the year, even practices.
The best thing about this team is our drive. We're all super passionate about the game. I think we all love the game. Like we all like to beat each other, but we all like to win as a team as well.
In late May and June, the hope again is for the Red Knights to get red hot at the right time. In Hopkins, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.